live on LinkedIn and YouTube. So I'd say no swearing, but people who listen to the show. Sorry, well, live on LinkedIn and Facebook, not YouTube. We've just gone live on YouTube. Fine, cool. Okay, I think I'm going to close all my tabs, so I'm not going to fill it in. So, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? My laptop is having a hissy fit now. That's wonderful timing. We'll let it catch up. I had a lot of things open to get this going. So, while I'm staring at a blank screen, hopefully everyone can hear me. Welcome everyone to this live stream. It's hopefully going to have quite a few people here. I must say, we were talking before we came on air. It was going to be a little bit nerve-wracking because, there's lots of people that seem to want to listen to you guys talk and tell your stories and stuff. So, I hope you guys aren't too nervous. I know we were talking beforehand, but for our audience out there, obviously, if you don't know me, my name's Alan. I'm joined by our mentors. I'll introduce them properly in a little while. But the way we're going to run through this today is we are going to do a kind of Q&A with the mentors, explain kind of why they're here and what they're doing. I'll then do a quick run through of the technology, so we can sort of see how it all comes together in terms of the platform, and then we'll kind of talk about next steps of how you guys could actually get on and kind of access this this product. So I'm just going to stop quickly. Is it all still live? Because I've got weird stuff going on my screen. So we'll see how it goes. First thing I think we'll do is we'll actually meet the mentors. I'll leave up the visual there just because I can't get it to close, essentially. First thing I'm going to ask is I'm going to go around the room and just get you guys to a little bit of background about yourself, and kind of potentially why you decided to join the program, short of me forcing you to. Bit of background as to why you're here, really. So we'll kick off with Frank because you're top of my screen. Do you want to kind of kick off for us?
Certainly, Alan. Yeah, Frank Morris. Started off transport. The beginning was the army. Really, I was always keen, wanting to learn how to drive, and to drive 86. Joined the army, done my HGV3, which was the case. Left the army, went into. I've lost. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Alan, you still there? I changed. Yeah, I done my national CPC 99, 2018. Predominantly, I've done a lot of express parcel and health and safety, waste management roles, in transport management, national and regional roles as well. So a good mixed bag, really, I suppose. I think from the early days there's very little that's out there to train new or freshly TMs, because you just train to pass an exam to do the job. So for me, it'd been be part of somebody's journey to sort of bridge the gap between passing the moving on to to setting up processes and such. So that's my interest. Obviously,
nice.
You bullied into us.
And yes, I do.
Anyway, but we won't mention that.
No, we don't. Are we live? We're not live. Surely not. No, it's fine. It's great to have you on board. I've kind of followed your story a little bit, and obviously got you on the podcast recently. I was kind of very keen to get you involved. So thank you very much for joining. Owen, we'll kick round to you now, because I'm just going clockwise around my screen. So do you want to do a quick intro and again, why you wanted to join the program?
Yeah, no problem. Started as a driver, straight into class 1. Passed my TM exam when I was 21 as well. First won the national. And again, been doing it ever since. Bit like Frank, the same situation of willing to help and support people, new TMs. Passing the exam is one thing, doing the job is another. And
yes,
you can't beat learning off experienced people. Really, it's such a high regulated industry that it needs to be right. and
Yeah.
and not be really.
And unfortunately, like a lot of these Facebook groups that we see, there's an awful lot of poor advice being thrown around them as well. So it's being able to get kind of trusted content, trusted information is important. So I know that you deliver a lot of CPC refreshers and TM courses.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do you find there's lots of myths being busted in those courses where people come and say, this is the way I've been doing it?
Yeah, again, it's not always what people have from the company that they're at is the correct thing. They're doing their best to the knowledge they've been given.
Yeah.
And someone always learns something coming to us.
Yeah, no, I think I think it's important that you can learn from each other as well. So,
Yeah.
cool. Amanda, do you want to jump in and kind of do a quick intro of yourself and kind of why you joined the program?
So my name is Amanda. I started working in transport about 10 years ago now. I haven't done my HGV. It has been on my to-do list, but it's just not got there yet. So my background is more so compliance related and auditing. I decided to join the mentor program. Just basically, we had our podcast back in March out.
Yeah.
And we did speak about it throughout the podcast, and it just really excited me, the fact that you can give something back. And as Frank and Owen have said, it's not something that's been readily available. You're kind of just thrown in at the deep end and just expected to know what to do. And it's great to be able to have someone that you can sort of bounce ideas off of and speak about things if you've got any queries along the way.
Yeah, I must say we'd been thinking about it internally for a while, and then I think the podcast that I recorded with yourself, Frank, and Terry, and I've spoken to Owen for a while, was it kind of kick-started the idea that actually we can do this, because it's a fantastic opportunity. And I was like, I think what we need to do is look at how we can streamline it and bring it into one place. It's kind of all a bit disparate and stuff, and bring it into one place I think is really important. So yeah, it was very much conversation with you guys that kick-started me thinking like this. So yeah, thank you for that. So Terry, do you want to do a quick intro and kind of why you joined the program as well?
Yeah, I mean, for fear of repetition, and I think we clearly will come from the same approach, that maybe this sort of support network wasn't available for us when we entered our career as transfer managers. My background the same, started as a driver, became qualified in 2009, subsequently became an independent consultant. I teach CPC, but through my working with my clients, I've already supported existing transport managers in this kind of role. When you approached me to become a part of it, I thought this is ideal. This is kind of the next natural step for me to mentor others and people who I don't naturally sort of interact with on a day-to-day basis, people in other parts of the country, other industries that I wouldn't come across. So yeah, it's good for me to learn as a mentor. You know, I don't proclaim to know it all, but I've been through the ringer on a few occasions, and I've learned some scars the hard way. And I hope that I can share some of the knowledge without other people having to go through the same battles that I've already been through.
Well, exactly. That's kind of it, isn't it? Is learning from other people's screw ups is 100% the way to do it. And I think we'll touch on how I'm structured in a little while, but the group sessions, rather than being one-to-one mentors, I think really leads into that. It's the fact that you got 5 sets of experience leading into one group, not just one person, and so you've got 5 sets of things going on every week that you can learn from. And I think that's really important, and that's obviously what
5 different questions.
5 different questions, yes. As obviously we have soft launched this program already, and Terry's already got a group, and yeah, we'll start seeing how it goes together and stuff. But no, it's yeah, I think the 5 inputs to you is a better structure than a one-to-one, and not to mention it makes it slightly more cost effective, because essentially you guys aren't particularly cheap. So it's about being able to spread that cost, and again, that's where technology is fantastic, and why we're doing what we're doing is making it a scalable model. So yeah, let's just go back around the room. I'm keen to keep this moving. Kind of whereabouts are you actually based in the world? So we'll start back with Frank in a second. Where are you based in the world, and kind of what do you specialise in? Terry, I'm going to mute you because obviously you're at the show, so lots of background noise. So I've muted. It's not you. Okay, fine. That's someone else.
It's me. The photocopy has just kicked in.
There we go. So we're all busy people. This doesn't look professional, and I don't care. It's meant to be a live stream. It's meant to be kind of rough and ready. So yeah, go around the room. Where are you based, and what sort of the thing you specialise in specifically? So I'll start with you, Frank.
Yeah, I'm based on the side. For me, the last couple of years, I've preferred to spec the external transport management side of things rather than in. And for me, just going in and setting up internal processes to make sure that the compliance, but also going in and setting up processes alongside an existing TM to make sure that their reputation is protected. So yeah, that's where my bag sits.
Is there any sort of specific industry that you specialise in?
I've done a variety really, but predominantly it's been and express parcels.
Okay.
But I've done small amounts of other stuff, normal general, some tanker work as well. But predominantly my main is of recycling, waste and parcels.
Cool. Okay. Owen, if I look distracted, everyone, it's because I'm trying to mute and unmute you all because there's lots of background noise. So I'm trying to keep it all the time. So, Owen, I'm going to unmute you now. So, what's your kind of first of all, whereabouts in the world are you based, but also what's your sort of specialism? What do you focus on?
Yeah, based in Essex. Nature of the transport bit of the docks and everything else down this way. We try and keep just from recommendations really. People contacting us through consultants and external TMs. Probably a varied speciality. We've hauled general haulage, tipper work, waste, and also the big thing that we do hit on is the horse transport world.
Yes. That's
different.
pretty specialist.
Yeah, and that's what not the main bit, but the specialised bit of us.
Okay.
Obviously, professional show jumpers, dressage, etc. Around, and it's totally different side of the transport industry to the general haulage. And
so, do the rest of you have any experience in moving live animals around? No. So that's quite an interesting one. I never. It's quite a unique thing to move, isn't it? Cool. Excuse me. Amanda, what's your kind of where are you based and what's your kind of specialism?
Yeah, so I'm based in Buckinghamshire. My specialisms would probably be auditing. Similar to Frank, it's a lot of working alongside businesses to what they've currently got in place, looking for gaps in that to, again, protect their operator licence, make sure they're meeting their operator licence obligations, and implementing processes and procedures and best practice so that they can be the best that they can. I'm also quite committed to collaboration to help raise road safety standards, so collaborating with different industries and different people within the industry. I think the more people, everyone's got a shared vision at the end of the day for everyone to attend work and come home to their families safe at the end of each working day. So I think the more that we can collaborate together and achieve that, the better.
I think you're doing some fantastic kind of work with like the commercial vehicle unit and highways. Was it National Highways as well as the one you're doing at the moment? Yeah. I must say, anyone go and find Amanda on LinkedIn. I think you see all the stuff she's working on and stuff. You also have a background in Falls and Mission Zero, don't you?
I do, yes. So I was heading up Falls auditing many moons ago, and then most recently Mission Zero. So that's my little baby that I worked on for quite a while. So the implementation and development of the standard, and then just rolling it out across operators. So it's now become an option for operators. Instead of going down the Falls Avenue, they've now got a choice, so they can alternatively go to Mission Zero for their accreditation.
I think we're talking about kind of getting a workshop together as well, aren't we? Not delivered by yourself, I don't think. I think you were a bit too busy for that as well. But that's an interesting one.
Handed over the reins.
Yes, no, you passed it on to the team. Cool. So Terry, what's your bag?
This is a great question. When you asked this recently, I looked around at my son, who's also my apprentice. I looked at my wife and said, what do we do that's so different to everybody else? And the answer is, I don't particularly. I don't have an area of specialism as such. I haven't got a background in a certain key area like before, like Amanda has, or Frank's been an operator and stuff. That's not my sort of background. But I've come to realise that I'm the guy you call when the shit hits the fan. I look back at my client history, and most of the phone calls I've got, I don't get calls from compliant operators saying, how can we do this better? I get calls from people who are stopped at the roadside by DVSA and said, this has happened. Oh my God, we're going to public inquiry. Help. Sorry about that in the background.
That's fine, no worries.
Good timing. But yeah, so that's my bag. I mean, I'm the guy you go to when it's all gone to pot. Give me a call, I'll come in, to the point where I feel like I just stick a green siren like the Ghostbusters van on my truck when I turn up to some of these depots. And it appears to be a theme for the last 5 years since I've been a consultant. I go in and help pick up the pieces and start to put it back together and put the compliance controls in, create policies, deliver training, and get operators back to where they need to be to keep the traffic commissioners happy and obviously to maintain a higher standard of road safety.
I guess it's crisis management almost is the way.
That's the best way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can take that, put it on your website. Don't worry.
Thank you.
That's free. Yeah, I think it kind of opens up to you work with an awful lot of types of operators. Then the common theme is they're all screwed up, but it gives you a chance to work with lots of people. I think that's the key is the experience, and I think that's kind of a common thing with all you guys is you don't just work with the compliant operators, you do work with a variety of non-compliant operators through either fault or kind of naivety, whichever way you want to look at it. They need to be improved. So I think collectively you guys have got a fantastic breadth of knowledge that our mentees when they join the program can kind of pull on. I also want to add at this point that you guys are part of a round table as well, so we meet monthly to discuss the mentees, not to bitch and whinge about them, to feedback and look at what themes are coming out. And it's also a chance to kind of keep you guys kind of upskilled and improve your CPD as well. So it's kind of important that our audience are aware that that's also happening. It's not just you guys left out in the wild. You have your own support network around you of other mentors, which is kind of key. I am going to try and do a screen share at some point. Unfortunately, my laptop, I still can't really see you guys. So it might be that we can't do a screen share, and I'm going to have to call this short. So while I wait for this all to catch up, you guys, as part of the TMC, as our audience are aware, we obviously not just have our mentor program, we do have a series of other content on the TMC. And the one thing you guys are really helping out at the moment is running our workshops. And so you guys have taken a couple of our workshops. I did prepare you guys to have this information to hand because I don't have this to hand. Do you want to have a quick kind of run through what your workshops? I think Terry's gone to look at his notes. I think that's what he's done. What workshops have you chosen? Are you working on? And if you have the dates to hand, that'd be great. Obviously, people can find them on the TMC. But kind of, should we just run around quickly, Frank? What are you sort of delivering in the next couple of months? Hold on, Frank. I'll mute you. Sorry.
Yeah, super.
Okay.
Yeah, 4th, I believe, is mine between 2 and 3 p.m. and it's the ins and outs of a maintenance planner.
Yep. So I think that'd be an interesting one. It'd be good to get obviously as our listeners, some of our audience here are users, some are not. If you're not a user, you do need to sign up to the pro plan. You don't need to get onto the mentor programs to get these guys' brains. You can join one of the workshops. So yeah, if you're interested in joining, obviously, can you remember what you're gonna cover in that? We've gone through it already, haven't we?
Yeah, it's points on what's absolutely essential to record on a maintenance planner, and any additionals that that you can add in. But ultimately, the choice is yours. But there's certain key elements such as expiry dates and that are absolutely essential.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise.
Well, exactly. I think it's good to note that these workshops are not pre-recorded, they're not webinars, they're not delivered like that. They are 100% live, cameras on, with a small group of people. So if you've got questions and queries about these topics, this is the forum to do it. You actually bring it up in the session so you can get actual answers to those questions. So if you're not sure about a topic, go and sign up for one of them, because you'll get these guys' brains and you can sort of ask them anything you want about that subject. Owen, I understand that we struggled with remembering which ones yours were. Can you remember, or have we? Am I going to throw you under the bus here? I know you're muted. One sec. There you go, Owen.
And also auditing PMI and MOT.
That was it. Yeah. So what was the first one? Sorry, you were muted for the first half of that.
Sorry, a brake test report.
Yeah, I think that was the one that it's a real hot topic at the moment. I know, looking in the Facebook groups, you see those questions come up a lot. I know Terry's going to probably start nodding at this point, because I know he answers this question a lot. It came up in a networking event that we were on recently as well, Terry and I. So yeah, I think that's a good one. And was it understanding PMIs was the other one, which I think is, again, these are two subjects I think are really suited to conversations with people, so they got specific questions. So I definitely recommend people kind of sign up to those. So yeah, go and check out those two. Amanda, which one are you running? Can you remember?
I am doing driver reportable defects on the 6th of June.
There we go. Yeah, that's an interesting one, I think. I mean, these are all interesting if you care about it, I guess. But what sort of things are you going to cover? Can you remember?
So it'd be items that you'd be expecting drivers to reasonably pick up on their walk-around checks. I don't want to cross over too much into PMIs, but there's just sort of that bit of a cross-reference where it's been identified at a PMI, but the driver hasn't picked it up. So there's that bit of a sort of gap analysis there in between that as well. Yeah,
I think it'll be a good one. I think that's it's a topic that I think people are going to want to ask questions about, because there's lots of niggly bits I think that kind of come out. It's not like writing that as a script or a blog is going to be long, whereas a Q&A I think is a better way to deliver that. So yeah, I think that'd be a good one. I'm trying to work out whether I can attend all these workshops myself. So I'm going to see if I can sneak in and be the 11th person in the corner. I'll turn my camera off so you can't see me. I won't take up space, but yeah. And Terry, which one or two are you doing?
You'll have to remind me of one of them, because I thought I was doing PMIs, but I know I'm doing managing and handling infringements, tachograph
that
infringements.
Was it. Yeah.
But there is a second one which now has eluded me.
Yeah.
Can you
these are all these. I can't remember. They're all on the TMC, and I can't see anything on the screen. So yeah, that's fine. So what we'll I'll post all the dates and times, all the events, and all the workshops for everyone to kind of have a look at. I know that we posted them in the Facebook group this week, or last week I think it was. So we'll post them out again so people can see them. So I'm gonna try and share my screen. So we'll see how this goes. It might break the entire internet. We'll see how it goes. Can one of you tell me if you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, this might entirely blow up the entire live stream, so we'll see how it goes. And so my laptop's doing a lot of heavy lifting trying to share this, as well as share you guys as well. As you can see here, for everyone out there, I've clicked onto a mentor chat. So if you're a mentor, you come into this group here. This is obviously a demo one. Yeah, as you can see here, it's a demo session. I've got real people in, but the way it works is you click on your mentor tab and you get added to this group. So once you sign up for the program, we'll get you into one of the groups. You'll be assigned one of these mentors. We'll go through times and days in a little while, so you guys can choose which ones work best. But essentially, you join this, you can see your group members, there's a group chat, group docs, and then there's a group video call that happens. So the way this technology is used, the way we're applying this to the mentor program, is a mentor has 5 mentees, and you get added to this group, and you have group chat all the time. So that's just it's like WhatsApp, but not getting the notifications at 3 a.m. You can turn it off. So the group chat's in the corner for sharing questions, ideas, fun things that's happened in the workplace. Kind of it's your WhatsApp group essentially. Any questions that are not urgent, I'd generally like advise putting it into the group chat, because then that's the place that you as the mentors, as you can see here, will actually read back through those and use that to theme the live session. And the live sessions are weekly, so it's a half an hour accountability weekly call once a week. It's pre-set by you as a group, and the date and time is obviously listed here on the live version. It also appears on your homepage as well, so you can't forget. Everyone gets email reminders, everyone gets notification reminders in app and stuff, so there's no worry about forgetting or losing anything or forgetting a session. But the live stream, the live chat, the video call all happens within the platform, so there's no need to download Zoom or, heaven forbid, use Microsoft Teams. It all is in one place, and it is seamless and slick. And when you're not streaming it to over 100 people and you've got 5 other people joining as well, it does actually work. So yeah, this is kind of how the technology is applied. But in reality, you are really getting the brains of these 4 fantastic mentors that I've got on here today. That's really what people are joining. The technology just facilitates that. It's not the priority. If you have to think about the technology, you know it's not doing its job properly. So that's kind of the point. So that's how the technology works. I think I'm going to kind of ask if anyone has any questions, please do put them in the various chats. I know Elizabeth is there manning all the chats on LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook. So we'll just do one quick more round robin of some details from you guys. We'll get your dates and times from you all. And then if any questions are coming, we'll answer them. And then I'll kind of get any closing thoughts from you guys. So we'll just do a table. If I could unmute you in the right order. Frank, what day and time have you chosen as your slot?
Yeah, I'm set up for Mondays at 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, so Mondays at 4:30 for Frank's group. Owen, let me just unmute you. What time and day did you choose?
Tuesday at. But
Cool.
he's adaptable. So.
Yeah, I think, and Terry will say, Terry's already got a group running. It does kind of flex a little bit based on the needs of the group. So it will always be the same day, but we try and keep it roughly the same time as well. So Amanda, I think yours is, did you say Monday at 6?
Mondays at 6 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah. And Terry, I know today is Wednesday. And obviously you've got a session tonight. Are you going to get back in time from the Micro Live show?
Yeah, all being well. Wednesdays at 6 p.m. is my normal slot. I have moved it back for an hour today to allow for travel. You know, the good old British road network isn't as reliable as it once was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wednesdays at 6 is the normal time for me.
Yeah. So they're the 4 groups. As capacity gets reached, we'll obviously look at getting new session times moved in and around so that we can kind of cater to more groups. But that's kind of what we're kicking off with at the moment. I guess, I mean, the live stream, the screen share worked, I think. Did it work? If people could see it. I'm not going to stress it out with any more stuff. So I think we're going to kind of wrap it up there. Before I get some final thoughts from you guys as to kind of close out the session, I just want to kind of talk about the next steps for our audience. If anyone is keen to join, obviously we've got the dates and times. Frank, Owen, Amanda and Terry, I think it's Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, various times as we've said there. If you are keen to join any of these groups, as I say, these guys are got fantastic big brains around this sort of stuff, so I would thoroughly recommend joining. I know I've spoken to a lot of the audience that's on today about the program. Everyone's very big, excited to meet you guys, so I hope I've done you justice by getting you on here today. But if anyone is keen to join a program, join the program and join one of you guys, best way to do that is send me a DM, connect to me on LinkedIn and send me a DM. It'd be literally the best way. I'll be there all afternoon now so people can chuck stuff in at me. If anyone's got any questions, want to be spoken to one-to-one, I'm more than happy to have any follow-up conversations with people. Like I say, the technology is great. We spend a lot of work building this, but the real value is the mentors I've got on here today. So these guys are the ones that are really bringing the value to you guys. So now that you've met them, I'm hoping we can get a few people kind of getting on board your groups. So that's kind of it from me. Should we just do kind of final thoughts from everyone? So sort of like what are you most kind of, what are you looking to add to people as we go around? So Frank, I'll unmute you. So what's your final thoughts? Yeah,
I'm just looking forward to making a difference. I've got people that are ringing me still from 20, 30 years ago that I've worked with, that'll ring or send me an email, looking for my thoughts. So hopefully I'll be still around another 20 or 30 years for the new mentees to be asking questions, but remains to be seen. But yeah, it's been nice to be part of people's journeys. So it's something I'd like to carry on, really.
Good. That's nice to hear. Owen, over to you.
Yeah, it's quite exciting to join the team. Hopefully get people in place and right the wing up that targets of I'm into.
Yeah.
But so let's get people compliant. Let's get people learning. Let's get people excited in their offices, getting all their folders ready and an audit for the likes of Amanda to come along and think, wow, where have you been to learn this? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want
Good
to hear.
stuff.
Yeah. So Amanda, what some final thoughts from yourself? I think you're muted. Sorry, Amanda.
Oh,
there you go. Say again.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to be part of people's journey, as Frank said there, and to work alongside people, and yeah, just get everyone up to where they need to be. Everyone feel confident. It'd be good also if people realise that this is available, it might get more blood into the industry. So to get new people on the journey, get them to do their CPC. Once they realise that there is a bit more support there, they're not just left at the deep end once they've done their course.
Yeah, I think that's something that we spoke about in our episode of the podcast, wasn't it? About how we get new blood in. I think it's an important one. So
it's a great industry to work in.
Yeah,
so
100%.
We just want more and more people to join it.
Yeah,
really.
agreed. So Terry, I'll give you kind of the final thoughts.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Last but not least, as has been said before, it's great to bring in some knowledge and help encourage people to become confident in their roles. We are here to make a difference, and I view it as I'm not gaining mentees. I'm growing my network, because as Frank and Annaman have alluded to, these people hopefully will stay in contact for years to come. It's growing that network of good people around you who you can trust and help steer you in the right direction. That's the entire purpose for this, in my view.
Yeah. And I'm glad that we're starting it with you guys. I'm not going to get all soppy with you guys, but I'm glad we've assembled.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, I am very lucky. I'm just glad I've kind of grabbed you guys, assembled you guys together. So, Elizabeth, are there any questions in any of the chats? Oh, wicked! Look at that. We answered every question. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, just to close out, if anyone is keen to join the program, send me a DM. If you don't want to send me a DM, send me an email. Alan, ALLEN, hq.co.uk, gets straight through to my inbox. So please do kind of send anything you want my way, and let's chat and let's get this started. So thank you very much to the audience. Thank you very much to my mentors for joining. This was probably the most stressful live stream we've done to date. We've done it now. We can get moving on it. Having everyone dial in from all over the country and do this has been a joy to get it working. So thank you very much for everyone joining, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Now let's see if that's going to now we get the really awkward place where it's still live, but people can still see us. So I'm going to just try and, Elizabeth, can you go and close all the live streams now? I don't know if you can or not. Oh,